Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Guardian Media's Community Talks. I'm Faine Richards.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ryan Beachu.
And tonight we are taking you to the third community. This time we're in Princestown as we've taken you across the country, showcasing the best that 6 communities have to offer. We know we've seen great things coming out of Chaguanas. Last week we were in Sangre Grande. This week we want to see what Princestown has to offer.
I'm absolutely looking forward to the south side of the country because it's almost like so many hidden treasures in South Trinidad, and I think it's going to be a really fun ride.
And little beknownst to me, Ryan has home court advantage here because he's a Princestown native, so I'm going to try and keep up with all of his knowledge. But he's going to be guiding us through the next hour and a half as we converse with you and a great panel of guests who are from the community, live in the community, work in the community, want to see the community grow and blossom.
Yeah, Faine, I've looked at the first two from Chaguanas and Sangre Grande, and the challenges are so similar in so many different parts of the country. And I do think as much challenges that have come out of these small communities, there can also be solutions from one community to the next.
That's right. And Princestown has great minds who are working on trying to make the connections between the sectors, between the industries, the organizations, the NGOs, the community-based organizations to find ways to tackle their problems, to face their challenges, and to bring Princestown to the place that they want it to be. So we have so much in store for you here on Guardian Media's Community Talks as we come out and connect with you. Stay with us. This is Guardian Media Community Talks. We head to Princestown.
Its history is as royal as its name suggests. Princestown was birthed out of 2 princes coming to the town way back when, in 1860. So it's been well over 100 years that the town has been renamed to Princestown from Sabana de Grande, which was under the Spanish rule. But as we move towards the 21st century, Faine, and I can tell you because I grew up there in the 90s, the challenges that come with the 21st century of picking this town into the modern era. So we've got businesses, we've got infrastructure. At one point, Princestown really was the food basket of Trinidad and Tobago. So where is that right now? And of course, with 21st century problems comes something called crime. That's something that Princestown was hardly ever known for.
I'm glad that you mentioned the 2 princes, Albert and George, because one of the misnomers we hear so often is Princestown.
Yeah.
And I know that the residents have a bit of an issue with that, so we want to put that one on the record. But as Ryan said, there are so many industries within the community that are fighting for their space and grappling with whatever shortfalls may fall on their sector, trying to slug it through nonetheless. Agriculture, the food basket, as you mentioned. We are going to be speaking with representatives from the Tableland Pineapple Farmers Association. They have ideas on how agriculture can really be taken forward. We're also going to be speaking to someone who's pretty close to cocoa in Moruga and running a cocoa museum. The area is so interesting, so diverse. Agriculture, though, not the only issue. As you mentioned, crime is something that they tackle. Flooding has always been an issue that has become something that seems to be a bit of a more serious problem in recent years. We have a wonderful panel in studio with us tonight representing the concerns and the vibes and all the positivity, the solutions and the challenges of people coming out of Princestown.
Yeah, and I think this panel is going to offer some really great solutions as well, because they've come from different sectors and from different levels of the society in Princestown. So they're on the ground, they're interacting with people of Princestown, and that's why I'm really excited to hear what they have to say.
Now, one of the things that you may know about Princestown is the Devil's Woodyard volcano. That's actually the mud volcano that Princes Albert and George came to see when they visited Trinidad, and it's still one of the things that we all flock to Princestown to go and see. If your child is in vacation camps this August vacation, they're probably heading to somewhere like the Devil's Woodyard. Let's take a look at what Otto Carrington found when he went to take a visit.
Of Trinidad and Tobago's many mud volcanoes, Devil's Woodyard is arguably one of the most popular. Located in Hindustan in New Grand Princestown, the vents appeared in the mid-1800s. As legend goes, This relatively young volcanic site got its name after its first eruption in 1852, which shook the entire village, felled tall trees and frightened villagers. The Amerindians believed that the devil literally came out of the earth. The mounds of dirt which occasionally bubbles of grey matter and the rumbling, hissing sound of terrified villagers more than a century ago continues to be a wonder to all who visit the site today. Other accounts claim that the name originated with early European settlers who thought the sound of gas erupting resembled the devil stockpiling wood underground to tend to his fires. While some were spooked by its existence, it carries significance to others. Some Hindu devotees consider it a holy place. Tour guide Ramesh Puranlal lived in Hindustan all his life. For him and his community, this mud volcano is their pride.
When 1995 eruption it take place, then I believe up here it get real popular now. Because a lot of people really come from all over the Trinidad to see this place here.
Being in the Devil's Woodyard puts it into perspective just how this quiet monstrosity can create havoc in a few minutes. Back in 2018, the community was reminded of the sheer power of this site. Ramesh says officials predict the next eruption should be in 24 years, but he does not believe that.
I don't know who will be around to see it at that time.
So when you're visiting the Devil's Woodyard, it's likely Ramesh will be the first friendly face you meet. Otto Carrington in Princestown for the Guardian Media Project.